Welcome back to the Golden Phoenix channel project, guys. Today's video is on two topics that are very near and dear to my heart because I've been through both of them. I've thought about one of them and been through the other. As y'all can tell, I'm very hesitant on this one because it's going to be heavy on me to discuss these topics. I will stutter a lot because I'm not comfortable in the front of the camera. And also, as y'all can tell from the beginning of the video, I now have a new brand that I started for this channel. And I will start the merch sometime soon. I think I'll start this video. If I do, it's going to be in the description below. Please help and support this channel while y'all. That way I can pump out more content. And while I'm still got y'all attention, y'all will see lots of me on here, but y'all will also see more of my other co-hosts and friends that helped build this brand that I have also worked alongside with to plan it out. This brand is going to fluctuate on how I do on here, and how I go about doing business-wise. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, guys, today's video is about depression and suicide. Depression I went through, suicide I've thought about. Suicide is never the answer to anything, I will tell you that. It not only affects the people that are near and dear to you, trust me, it affects them a lot. It's not the answer to anything. Fight through the depression or whatever it's causing you to think about suicide, because without a doubt, the people that are closer to you suffer the most. They suffer through depression and suicide the most when you don't let them in, or when you actually do commit suicide. Let's get into the topic of the depression first. Depression, what would cause depression of me, basically, is that when I was younger, into high school, let's say middle school, it started in middle school and then it ended in high school, started to mature in high school, around 9th, 10th grade. The gravity of your actions and the gravity of your thoughts, whether it's, okay, I'll flat out tell you. One incident that had me down in the dumps for the longest time was one of my friends, as everybody likes to call them friends, when they really don't fit in anywhere. Well, it's not just one, but two. One of them had went behind me, went on all four legs. I say legs, but all four limbs. And another one pushed me to the over the other one and had me fall onto the ground. It made me feel like shit. My high school and my high school. This happened in 8th grade, 8th or 7th grade. This happened. And it really just, those little actions, along with in 5th or 6th grade, a dude had threw a dodgeball at my head when I was not even playing. I was on the sideline just minding my own business, watching them play, and he decided it'd be fun to throw it. And those little things right there, that just, when I say that's what I consider bullying, that's what I consider some forms of bullying. There's also other kinds, we'll get to that later on. But today I want to focus on mental health because, well, today we're talking about depression and suicide. And those two things just got the heaviest on me. Along with 3rd or 4th grade, I gotten into a bad wreck, and here's where your own thoughts become your enemy. I have a scar on my stomach that one day I bruised 18 inches of my small intestine, and when they had to go in, it left a scar, and I'm just gonna flat out say it looks like a butt. That's what they call it, the second butt. It doesn't bother me now because now, I mean, look at where I'm headed to, look at where they're headed to now. I could see a light at the end of my tunnel. And just at the sheer moment that my thoughts had gotten the best of me at that age, when I was 15, 16 years old, and it felt like I would never find anybody to hang out with or whoever to really appreciate and understand what I'm really here for. And now I understand what I'm here for, and now I understand what I'm basically getting into. It's really just one of the better feelings now that I'm out of the depression phase and no longer thinking about suicide. I mean, for the longest part, I wanted to get help, and for the most part, I found help. But we'll get to that later on. But for right now, let's focus on the gravity of all the effect. I mean, the gravity of your mind and everything following through. I mean, that just takes a toll on everything, your body, your mind. I mean, for the longest part, I just hated my life. I didn't think I fit in anywhere. I mean, I tried to. I realize now I never was meant to fit in. Hell no, I was never meant to fit in. I was meant to stand out for the better part of the situation. I was just created differently. Another thing I want to talk about is the change that we place on ourselves that could affect our mind. Whether it be physical change, like, oh, you're not too good looking to get that girl. You're not too athletic, shall I say, to do that, or you're not too talented to play this or that. I mean, it takes a toll on you, along with the mental change of, okay, will I ever get what I want? Am I ever going to be good enough for it? As I can say it, as I see it, there's only two things that could cause that type of thinking. And to be honest with you, they're both from the same person. Demons and obstacles. Demons from the devil and obstacles from the devil. I can tell you that for a fact. Any obstacles from the devil that are placed in your past, you are going onto a better path than where he wants you to be. He wants you to struggle. He wants you to do this. He wants you to do that. But I will tell you now, in those obstacles, there are going to be better opportunities for you, because God sees you struggling and He wants the best for you. And I'll tell you now, it's just amazing what He comes out with. But that's also another thing that I'm gonna get to, because there's stories behind that. But like, for example, demons I would consider like the bad thoughts that you have. Like, for example, when I was actually working for Walmart, one of my friends while I was working had texted me, "Hey, I'm not feeling all myself. I want to commit. I'm not. I'm thinking bad thoughts. I don't know where to go. I'm like, hey, hold on until I get onto my break. We'll talk on my hour-long break. Because, dude, you're one of my best friends. I don't want to lose you. It's just one of those things that you gotta fight through. The demons are there non-stop. They will tear your mental wall down until you can't fight no more. I've been through it. Thank God for my adopted brothers, friends. My adopted brothers are my friends. That's how they really are. They really did take a helping hand in doing all this and helping me through this, along with some of my other friends that are also going through this and are still going through this. But he's one of the main ones that I call him my brother because I think of him as my little brother. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for him, because he is just one of the most amazing guys you could have on this planet. Because he downs himself. If he could see through my eyes what I see through my eyes, he would see how much of an amazing person he is. And I'm telling you, dude, if you're watching this, you are an amazing dude, and I wish you the best. And I know together we'll fight through this. I'll help you through this in any way I can, with your demons and all that, what you're fighting through. Your demons, your mental wars and all that. I will help you through anything, any way I can. But, you do, without a doubt, you're somebody special to me. And there's nothing that would ever change that. But, like, in time, things will change for the better. You just gotta give it time. Yeah, you will go back to those scary thoughts, those thoughts that you just don't want to be on this earth anymore. And I will tell you, that is one of the scariest feelings that I've ever felt. And I don't want to ever feel that feeling again, because now I'm in a happier place with some of the best people surrounding me that remind me on a daily that time on this planet is very short-lived. You could die tomorrow, and you will not get this time back on earth to tell your loved ones how you feel about them. Hell, I'll say it right now. I got stuff planned for my family that if I ever do make it bedtime, I'm not using what fame I got or what money I got or whatever I got for myself. I'm doing it for my family, because my family means the most to me. And it really just I would like to see them succeed and see them happier in the long run, because I now know that money, fame, time, well, not time, but money and fame just are so short-lived that you can't strive for that anymore. You gotta strive for happiness, because your time on earth is not guaranteed. like it said, your time on the earth is a gift, not a given right. You're not promised today. You're not promised tomorrow. You're not promised a week from now. You're not promised an hour from now. You're only promised the time you have right now. You're only promised. Use it while you can. Okay, so now getting to the heavy hitter. Friendship is what I call the most important factors in beating my depression. I mean, from my friend that, we helped each other. We're helping each other through our depression. I've already went through and beat my depression. I'm helping him through his in any way I can. When he texts me, we talk for hours, and I really do consider him a younger brother, and I wouldn't trade anything for him to there's nothing that would get me to ever betray him or anything. If you were to offer me $1 million, I would just turn it down, because that friendship is worth more to me than any money in the world. Because he is truly one of my best friends, and he really showed me that I don't need what I thought I needed at the beginning of this journey. I only need friendship and love and kindness, compassion and caring. And it's hard to find that nowadays in this world, because you can't really tell who's being genuine and who's being fake. Depending on your situation, you can't. But you can always tell when you're in the rough spot who's there for you and who's not. And that's when you find out who your true friends are. And he's been one of my truest friends that ever since I've been going through the stuff that I've been going through. He's been there ever since he's heard stuff about me and he's heard what I've been through. He's one of my main supporters. Okay, part 2 of this video is going to focus on suicide. Yes, this does take place on a different day, different setting. Okay, without further ado, let's get on to part 2. Part 2, all I gotta say is, let's highlight 3 points. Who's affected by suicide? What causes suicide? And who else besides that person that committed suicide does it affect? Okay, 1. Suicide is caused by people who are being bullied, who are depressed, who are, it's a whole bunch of other stuff into there. I'm going to go into it on later videos, because I'm not really, how shall I say it, accompanied with the camera, acquainted with the camera, whatever you want to say. So I'm kind of a little bit nervous. Suicide not only affects you, but it affects everybody around you. It affects you by your potential here on earth is lost. What you can do, what you will do, what you have done. Up to this point, if you commit suicide, it does not matter, because you're not here to see it through with blah blah blah. Let's just say, okay, I were to commit suicide and my brand was, I have nobody to pass on my brand to, because my brand's not that big. Well, my brand now washes away out into the river, whatever you want to call this metaphorical life of dreams you. Anyway, with the dreams and all that affected, with your dream, my brand, let's say, with my brand disappearing, and I'm no longer working to push awareness for this subject. There's also a place where now the people that were going to be affected by this video, or that can be affected by this video, shall I say better yet, no longer get affected because I committed suicide. Now this video is worth nothing because now, oh well, I committed suicide, my words don't mean nothing because, well, that's all I can say is, well, my words don't carry weight anymore in this world because I committed suicide. But it not only affects your dreams, your brands and all that you created, whether you want to write songs, whether you want to write a book, whether you want to build a big company like I do to help people in need, whether you want to just reach out to people and just say, hey, look, man, I'm here for you if you do need to, if you're going through depression, if you're going through these scary thoughts. These scary thoughts shouldn't be going through alone, as I told y'all earlier on in the video. These scary thoughts are like unreal. But you also have to take into account now your family's affected in this, because now they got to deal with your planning your funeral. They got to deal with having to lose you to suicide, and now they got to deal with the backlash, if any. Now, there's possible there's no backlash, but if there is, now they got to worry about that backlash of it coming back onto them and them having a bad, let's say, bad memory now of you, and everybody else is now throwing it into their face. Oh, your kids committed suicide, your daughter committed suicide, your son committed suicide, oh, your cousin committed suicide, da 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 da. And now they're getting thrown into their face. They're capable of doing it because you've done it. What I'm trying to say is, suicide's not the best, I'm guessing. What I'm trying to say is, suicide's not the best answer because it not only affects you, it affects the people that you love, and you don't really want to put them through it. And if you put them through it, I mean, imagine how it looks when you're gone from this world. I mean, it would feel horrible to me if looking down onto earth and seeing, oh, I've caused all this reaction and now I can't fix it. But now, if you fight through it and you become a spokesperson of this, and I will say, this is one of the hardest things to fight through. I've had these scary thoughts. I've sat in my truck a couple of times. God, why me? Why am I going through this? Give me an answer to where I'm having scary thoughts. Give me an answer to where I don't have these scary thoughts anymore. I need answers. Well, he answered my prayers in a sort of way of saying, here, you could have the biggest influence, or whatever you want to call it, on this subject, and have to help other people get through this and show them that they're not alone, with people supporting my brand and all that behind the scenes, and showing me that, yes, push through, this is an awesome experience. People need to realize that, okay, suicide's not the best solution, there's always a better one. Suicide's the worst solution, let's rephrase that. Suicide's the worst solution to all this. The best one that you could have is to fight through it, become an advocate of this, and really just like help friends that are going through this. Because in later videos I told you about the guy that was having scary thoughts about my best friend that became my brother. I went through this. And now to this day he's still having a little bit of trouble, but he's not as often going through these scary thoughts. And I'm proud to say, I'm really, really proud to say, I'm really proud of him. Because not only is he pushing through this, and he is going to get through this. Because not only am I supporting him, I got other people supporting him behind this. Because he's really one of those people that just down himself, push. Oh, I'm not this good looking to get this girl. I'm not too talented to do this, that. But God, if you would only see the stuff he can pull off. Along with all the other stuff that goes behind the scenes. I mean, it's just a world of stuff that you could do to help prevent suicide. And it only takes something like this, or sit down with somebody that you think going through this and saying, hey man, look, I see this, that, and this happening. What's going on? How can I help you? Dude, you're not alone in this. Is there any way that you could let me in? He or she might not let you in at first, but give them time, because they're so afraid of this happening, and they feel like a burden to others that they really don't want this to have effect on anybody else around them. And trust me, it's that bad as they say. And the people that do go through it and do come out are better people for it. Not downing the people that don't come through it, because I'm telling you, they are to fight as long as they have to fight, up until the point to where they have to make that decision. It's a tough decision to make, and it's not one I'm willing to make anymore, because now I got my brand. I got my brother that's a friend that's a brother to me, and I got other stuff planned behind the scenes that later on, this is not only going to be a motivational channel anymore, this is also going to be like an entertainment channel, along with a, hey look, you could do this, you could do that, and da 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 da. Now, without further ado, I do encourage you to go look into subscriptions. I might have my a startup of the company. For right now, it's gonna be handled by a third party. Later on, when we are able to get big enough and I can handle it myself, along with a few other friends, I will take over it and have better products and push out better stuff. Like this shirt right here, I plan on customizing, and I mean, besides this logo right here, it's going to be changed, going to be put up to here. A different logo is going to be put up here, let's just say that. On the back, it's going to be a big logo that's going to be face of the company logo, the face logo, let's put it that way, the face logo, along with the "You're Not Alone" on top of that logo, because I mean, nobody should be going through this alone, and I would like to push and to get everybody to later on just work through this, and to be okay with each other, and to just be able to end suicide and bullying together, which is what the channel is. Mental health awareness, mental health issues awareness, my bad, and bullying prevention. Now, I'm not saying it will stop. I'm just saying I want to try to, I mean, if not knock the numbers down, but start the talk on the subject. And with all that said, thank y'all for visiting the channel, guys. The channel is subject to change its name within the next few weeks, depending on how everything goes. By the end of the school year, y'all might want to be watching because something big's planned for that. And I would like everybody to, if everything goes right, they got something big planned. Let's just say that. That's a big if everything goes right. I got some big plan to help a few students that are going to college. And with all that put out there in the world, I would like to say I lost a friend of mine dearly. Sad to say, she's gone to heaven. I do ask for y'all to pray for the family and to keep them in y'all prayers, because she was one of the most amazing people you could ever ask to be around. I mean, she was the life of the party, so to speak. And I wouldn't wish any of this upon anybody. It's a hard subject to bring up because, I mean, she was part of my high school class, and we were really, all the classes close, and we just really are a one big family when it comes to it. And I would just like to say I'm really sorry for y'all loss, and that we talk behind the scenes. I talk behind the scenes for my brand about the what I plan on doing in her name, and I've talked with the family to make sure it was alright, because it does involve what I said later on about the students going to college and everything, because she did graduate and she would have made an excellent business person, and I would have loved to have had her on my team for this experience. But it's all part of a God plan, and I'm not doubting him one bit on what it is. And I wish it didn't happen like it did, because I mean, it really did hurt not only her family, but it hurt us as a class of 2016, and we really didn't handle it. Well, I didn't handle it well behind closed doors, because I did see the good in her. As much as I say I don't get along with that class, I do see the good in some people, and I do